About to say good morning, good morning, good morning, but it's afternoon. So good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining me on my live this morning. I just wanted to read to you an excerpt from my book. Hello, 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 everyone. 31 Ways to Self-Care. I thank you all for purchasing the book. I thank you for those who will purchase the book. I am so grateful. If you have not gotten your copy yet, you can get it on Amazon or Kindle, or for an autographed copy, please go to my website, www.authorandreajoyce.com, and get you a copy today. So I wanted to read to you one of the chapters that's been in my mind for the last couple of days. It's something that I've been hearing, and though I wrote it one way, I wanted to address it another way too. The book chapter is called Let Go of the Past. The rearview mirror is smaller than the front window. The past should stay in the past. And we don't have to be prisoners of our past, are some cliches that we hear when we talk about the past. We have been told many times that we cannot move forward if we continue holding on to what's behind. There are some things in our past that are holding us captive in the present and that may cripple our futures. We must learn to accept who we were back then and acknowledge that we are different now. There are people who have been called to do great things, but because of where they are from, how they grew up, the choices or mistakes made, they refuse to move forward. It is fruitless to continue reviewing what happened back when or wishing we could have done things differently. Let me read that one more time. It is fruitless to continue reviewing what happened back when or wishing we could have done things differently. There are many who feel they are not qualified to walk into their dreams because of the sins of their past. They feel they will be judged, criticized, or ridiculed. So they stay in the background, afraid of what will happen if their skeletons are exposed. A mentor once told me that if you told your skeletons, the enemy could not use your past against you. You don't have to tell or yell your mistakes and misdeeds from the rooftop. However, acknowledging them when necessary will help you get past them. Let go of the past. That's one of the chapters in the journal, because it is a journal, 31 Ways to Self-Care, that I self-published. There are activities in here. There are questions in here. There's guidance in here. There's some short testimonies in here just to help you. The reason why I wrote this book, and a lot of people have asked that question, and I just did a TikTok about it. The reason I wrote this book is throughout my life, unfortunately, I suffered with depression. A lot of years. It was a lot of years. Unfortunately, that's a curse that will be broken off my family. I have come to break that curse off of my family. We suffered through depression, and the thing is, in our depression, we stay to ourselves. We don't talk to people. We shut down. We hide. And I've done it for so long that it became like who I was. Unfortunately, a lot of people deal with depression. There was one point in my life, and I talk about this in another book that will be published this year. I tried to commit suicide, and it wasn't one time, because my depression was so severe, so deep. I didn't see my way out of the situation. And I was going to church. I was praying to God. Can I be honest with you? I was a minister at the time. I was a praise dancer. So it wasn't like I didn't know God at this point in life. It wasn't like I didn't speak to God. It's not like I didn't pray. It's not like I didn't hear from God. I had walked into a lot of things. But that depression, when things don't go right, or when you feel like a failure, when you think about the things you did in your past, the mistakes that you've made, some of the people you linked up with, some of the things and activities you used to do, when all those things start coming back to you, you can find yourself in depression. The things that are listed in this book, 31 Ways to Self-Care, are actual things I did that helped me to care for myself. I had to love myself first in order to break off the depression that was binding me. I had to learn to even like myself. How many of you know liking and loving are two very different things? You can love someone but not like them. You can like somebody and not love them. So it's critical for yourself that you love and like yourself, that you can sit with yourself and spend time by yourself, not needing the crowds of people, not needing the acknowledgement or validation of other people. You can validate yourself. God validates you simply by bringing you here and then allowing blessings to fall on you. Okay, I didn't come here to preach, but I just want you to know that you are responsible for loving yourself and not allowing negative people or negative circumstances to bring you down. I know it's easy to say, because when depression comes, it comes. However, you can come out of depression. These are some of the tips and tricks and methods and exercises that I've used for real. And they have helped me to overcome the depression that I was facing, the death that I was trying to walk toward. It helped me. And so I wrote this. I hadn't planned on writing this. I was writing something else, but God said to me that there were people who needed to know how to care for themselves, that we talk about self-care so many days of the year, but who really, really, really knows how to care for themselves? Who knows how to prioritize themselves? Who knows how to put themselves first? Who knows that if you can't love yourself, that you can't love somebody else? That if you don't like yourself, you're really not liking other people. And when we're angry with people, sometimes it has nothing to do with them. It's something in us that we need to work on and address. So hopefully when you buy this book, you'll find at least one activity, one method that will help you overcome anything that you have going on in your life. That's my wish and that's my hope. So let go of your past. That's what I read today. And if you missed it, please do a replay so you can hear that chapter. But we need to let go of the negativity of our past. We also need to let go of some of the glory of our past. We have to stop living in the past and look to where we are in our present day so we can build towards our future. See, when we glorify the past, how many of us know that when we start thinking back, all of a sudden now the past was great. Everything was wonderful. We were at the top. We did this. We did that. And in all actuality, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that good, but we build up because we forget the pain that we went through. How do you think there's some people who are able to go back to an abusive relationship? How do you think there are people who are able to go back to a job that they were stressed and hated? Because we have a tendency to glorify things when they're behind us. And we get caught up in celebrating our past and we forget to look at where we are now. We should be celebrating every single day. Number one, we're still alive. Number two, we are still in our right minds, the majority of us. Number three, we have the full utility of our limbs, some of us. There is something that is going on in that day that you can celebrate and be grateful for. But we focus so much on the past that it'll be Monday 1 second, and the next second it'll be Thursday, and we have no idea what happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we're so busy living in our glory days of the past. Yeah, you used to be a basketball star. Yes, you used to be a pageant winner. Yes, you used to have a GQ. Your IQ, mine not today, used to be high. Yes, you used to be on the principals list. Yes, you were magna cum laude. But what are you doing now? We get trapped in our past. Sometimes it's from negative things that we did. We don't want people to know what we did back when, or who we used to associate with, or where we used to hang out, or how we turned a dollar from 15 cents. We don't want people to know those things. But how many people understand that the negative things that you went through, the things that you think are so bad, are a testimony to where you are now? You couldn't have a testimony if you never had a test. You could never have a message if you did not have a mess. So God turns those things around so that you can speak them and share them and write them and sing them and show them on screen or present them as a fitted dress if you never went through the bad things. So don't despise where you used to be. Don't stay so focused on the past and where you used to be that you miss out your blessings right here, right now. And that's what that chapter is saying. And there are questions that are related to that chapter so that you can figure out if there's anything negative that's holding you back. And if there's anything that you're holding on to from your past that you need to let go. Yeah, those were the glory days, but have glory days now. Everything wasn't back then. There are some things that need to happen right now. But you living in 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000 is holding you back from 2021. And God has so much in store for you now. So I need you to let go of those things and just focus on your here and now. What are you doing now to bless somebody? What are you doing now to bless yourself? What are you doing now? What is your goal? You're not dead. So the mere fact that you're still alive means you still have purpose, that you still have assignments, that you still have something to accomplish. Because if you had accomplished everything, then you wouldn't be here. There are people who may need you. There are people who may need your lessons. They may need to know your story. They may need to know how to fix a dress. They may need to know how to add 2 plus 2. Whatever it is, what is your now? And that's what I want to leave you with today. Let go of the past and focus on your now. You're not merely to be here to waste time, to walk the earth, to see the sun rise and see the sun set. You should be working towards something. Okay, you were a superstar in 1990. What are you in 2021? Okay, you were a huge entrepreneur in 1980, but what are you doing in 2021? We want to know about your now. Walk in your now. Have a blessed day. Thanks for tuning in.